Well, hey there, folks. Welcome back to Elk Mountain. I've got a situation, and I don't know how I'm going to get out of this one. So let me tell you a little bit about what has happened since the last time you were here. So if you recall, I was working on the hayfield there, getting all of that baled up. So I did do that. But while I was doing all the baling, I happened to notice this car driving back and forth along the road beside the farm. Didn't think a whole lot about it. Just figured maybe it was somebody lost. Maybe it was somebody that liked watching somebody bale hay. I don't know. Anyhow, I got the last load of hay loaded up, took it over across the road, and sold it to Cliff. And on my way back across the road, I ended up looking back, and that car pulled in right behind me. So they got out and handed me an envelope, hopped back in the car, and took off. Thought it was really weird, but I was really in a hurry trying to get things out of the road and put up everything. So I just folded it up, put it in my pocket, and went on about my work. Well, the crew for the shed actually showed up and got to work on that. So got distracted, got busy, and forgot all about the letter. Well, they got the barn fixed and checked all of that out and was about to sit down, take a little bit of a break, and remembered about that letter. So pulled it out of the pocket, opened it up, and it is a legal document from the lawyer's office saying that I need to pay the previous owner of this property $78,000. So let me get this sold here real quick, and we'll talk a little bit more. Let me run in here and let the guys know we're going to get those two items sold, that mulcher and the planter, and then I'll finish up the story with you. It gets a little bit interesting. I've got those sold to the dealership. They've pulled them around, and they're going to get them taken care of. So to finish up the story, the reason I owe these folks $78,000 is because of the mineral rights on the property. If you recall, a little while back, I had loaded up some dirt that we dug off the property and took it up to the mine location. Cajun Larry let us use his equipment, and we were able to process the dirt, and we found some gold. Sold the gold down at the pawn shop, made $78,000. I gave Cajun Larry his cut, which was about 25%, I think it was. And so we were left with my cut. But undoubtedly, the fella that works down there at the pawn shop is somehow related to these folks, and word got around. They realized they still had the mineral rights, so they got a lawyer, and here we are. I don't have any way out of it. So I do have a month to get the money to them after buying the shed, which we'll go ahead and take a look at right now. I was down to just under $20,000 in the bank. Well, I just sold those two pieces of equipment. I hated to let them go, but the mulcher really didn't need. And the planter, well, just gonna have to figure that out. So we got about 15,000 back off that sale. So I'm back up to about 35,000. Got a nice new shed, but I am short on cash. So this is the shed here. Looks really nice. They did a fine job on it. It's got lighting. They put some gravel down. They even went ahead and rolled out part of the field here on the side, just so I have a place to drive around the shed. And of course, there is a door down there on the far end as well, so we can pull through. So now the farm has quite a bit of storage for the equipment, for hay, for anything that we may need. So that fit in that spot really well that I had cleared out. So the situation now is that I need some cash. I need some cash fast. And I have some other equipment I could sell, but I really don't want to. I could sell that tedder. It tends to leave some unturned grass behind it. It's not working out really well, actually. But we're going to hang on to it for now. We may have to sell it there at the very end just to make up some difference. I do have the corn in the silo, but I don't want to sell that yet. It is not a good time to sell corn. I've already had to sell one crop at a loss, so I'm going to try to hold out, see what I can do. I've got a month. I can see what I can do. But what I've found out is that Cliff, he told me that they now have alfalfa seeds available. They hadn't had that around these parts for a long time, but it is now available, and he actually will pay me more for alfalfa hay than he does just regular hay. So I'm actually going to replant this field here. It's got the grass in it. We're coming into winter. Now I know I won't get another crop off of the field this year, so I'm figuring to go ahead and plant it now. Will give me a head start and let me get a real early crop of alfalfa next year. So I do need to cultivate this. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to run around this field here with this plow. I want to expand the field just a bit, and we're going to smooth out some of these edges as well. So we're just going to run around here with the plow, and then I may just go ahead and plow the rest of the field. I could use the cultivator, but we got this hooked up. It's a little bit smaller than the cultivator, but it shouldn't take very long to get this field done here. So that's where we're at here. I'm in a hole, in a pickle. It is a bad situation. I don't know what I'm going to do. I could sell my corn and pay off the debt now, but I just think that is not the best. I don't think that's the best decision. So we're going to hold on to it and see what happens here. We're going to go ahead and run around this field here. It's getting later in the day. It's a little after 3. And so it'll probably take the rest of today to get this field plowed up, cultivated, whatever I end up doing. And then tomorrow, I'm going to run over and grab some of that alfalfa seeds and some fertilizer and get this planted. However, I do need some lime. It's time to lime this field. So once we get this cultivated, I think what I'm going to do is see if Cliff will let me borrow his spreader truck and get some lime put out. And then after that, we'll get it planted and then go from there. I don't know what I'm going to do for some cash in the meantime. So I may have to pick up some work around town. Maybe Cliff has a contract available. I don't know. This is this hurts. This really hurts. I was not expecting this. Well, I decided to go ahead and just hook up to the cultivator. I think it'll go a little quicker than the plow. I ran around the outside of the field and opened it up just a little bit more, pushed out the edges. But look at this greenhouse here, or this garden. Look at all the grass that has grown up in there. I've got to do some weeding. We'll have to work on that. So back over here to the field. We'll get this cultivator going here, and it should make pretty quick work of the field. And we'll get this done today and be ready to get going with some planting.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you. Macy's going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Water slide. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Got that DJ playing music everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody wants a ride in the water slide. 3, 4. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Water slide.
Well, all right, we are here in the truck, got it warming up here, and it is the next morning. Got the field cultivated, and late yesterday afternoon, ran over with the trailer, and as you can see there, went ahead and got a load of seeds and fertilizer ready to plant the field. I don't think it'll take that much, but I went ahead and bought it, and we have it now for whatever we need to plant. So Cliff did say that I could borrow the spreader truck, and he's supposed to have that full of lime for me and ready to go. So we're going to just ease over here and check out if he's got the truck loaded up for us. And there's the truck over there, and let's see. Yep, it is full of lime, so we are good to go. He has not made it in yet, but we'll go ahead and take it and get started here. It's really early. So, Cliff, he's a joker. Yesterday when I was over here talking to him about the seeds and everything that I needed, he just broke out laughing. And I had no idea why. Well, if you remember the story about Bigfoot, gave me the story about the townsfolk believing that Bigfoot lives up in the hills, and gave me this whole spiel about how it's Bigfoot that attacked me up there on the mountain. And he just broke down laughing. And I didn't know why, so he finally told me that was a story. They trying to come up with something good in order to get me, and they all had come up with that. I didn't believe him, but it was hard not to because he said it with such a straight face, and as far as I knew, everybody in town was in on it. So anyhow, so there's not a Bigfoot, and the search is still on for whoever attacked me up there in the mountains, and still don't know why there's not any elk in the valley. But hopefully we'll figure out some of those things here soon. But yeah, there's no Bigfoot. I didn't think there was anyway. I found it hard to believe, but I tell you what, that guy can tell a story. So we're going to run around here the field. It won't take too long. This spreader truck does a pretty good job, and hopefully we have enough lime here in the truck to make it in one go. And so we'll get this done, and then as soon as I do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the seeder and get that loaded with seed and fertilizer, and go ahead and get the alfalfa planted. Well, I ran out of lime. Actually, did not go as far as I thought it would. So we had to run across over there and get a little bit more lime from Cliff. So we're going to continue on here, getting this put out on the field. I don't have a whole lot more to go. Actually going around the field there one time took care of most of it. So we still have the problem of the $78,000 that I owe to the folks. Still hadn't come up with a plan on how to get that paid back. I really do not want to have to sell that corn right now. I may look at my equipment and see what else I may want to try and trade in and let go. Some of my stuff is pretty small, but if I get rid of some things, then I'm going to struggle with trying to get enough money just to get another piece of equipment. So kind of in a catch-22 right now. Don't really know what to do. I'm afraid I'm going to have to break down and try and find some work somehow, and at least help with some of that debt. Once I get the seeds down in this field, I do need to go over it with a roller. As you can see there, when I cultivated it, it did bring up some more stones. So we're going to try and get those pushed back down. That way when we mow, we don't have stones getting up into our cutter. Alright, we do not have a whole lot left here. We're going to get just right around here, around this island. There we go. As you can tell, the fall colors are coming in. The trees are starting to turn. It is late October. Early in the morning, late October. Alright, one more little pass over here, and then we have just one little bit on the other side. I'll go return the truck and go hook up the tractor and the seeder, and we'll head on back out here and try and get this alfalfa in the ground. Well, alright, as you can see here, I'm making some pretty good progress through the field. Nearly empty here on the seeder. Maybe got about 25% left to go in the tank, but made a good amount of progress around the field. I did 4 laps around the field, and I've already started working on going back and forth here along this side, so this won't take too much longer. Really don't have a whole lot left to go. And then once I get this done, we'll go ahead and hook up to the roller and get these rocks pushed back in. And then this field will be done, all except for maybe hitting it with some more fertilizer later on. But it'll be fresh with lime, have new seeds out, and one application of fertilizer. And then maybe after it starts growing a little bit, we'll go ahead and get a little bit more put out on it. We'll have the rocks pressed in so it won't get up in the mower. And this field will be started and ready to provide some income next year. So I need to figure out what else I'm going to do today. I need to make some cash. I do have 2 more fields that I could start working in. Anyhow, we'll figure it out and see what we can do going from here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button and give the video a like. If you are new to the channel or have yet to subscribe, I'd appreciate if you consider joining the channel today and becoming a subscriber. Thank you all again for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.